because we're going live now. I get it.
Welcome to the porch. Pull up a chair, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Now here's your host, Michelle Barras and Brian Swanson.
As soon as I learn how to pause this thing, we'll be fine. It won't go away.
Welcome
There
to
we go.
Denim and Pearls.
How's everybody doing tonight? Today, this afternoon?
This afternoon.
Beautiful day. It's not blistering hot, and
It's not freezing cold.
it's not freezing cold either. So the top down on the convertible works out just fine. So, what are you doing? Oh, you chasing M&Ms.
I dropped an M&M.
Awesome. So what are we here to talk about today? Do you want to know a secret?
Do I know?
Do you promise not to tell?
Whoa,
Closer. Anyway, before we get nailed for copyright stuff,
Yeah, no copywriting. That was performed by the Beatles.
that was performed by us at the moment.
No, I mean the original
Oh,
song.
okay. Anyhow, so I'm Brian Swanson.
I'm Michelle Barras.
We're Denim and Pearls
And we are business casual
with pearls of wisdom.
from the office.
The porch.
The porch.
We're always from the porch.
We're always from the porch.
No matter where we're at, it's always the porch. So we got to talk about our sponsors first. Are you going to do that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, it's all yours.
Thank you so much for all of our sponsors. We have, if you are ever interested in getting any swag for your business or your family get-togethers, go to A Squared Promos. That's A2promos.com for anything embroidered, be it hats, jackets, you name it, bags. Inc182.com. If you're having any brain issues, you're having trouble sleeping, anything that deals with your brain, you want to go to harmonizedbraincenters.com. And then for any live events you like, runs, you like want to sign up for the Santa run and get a whole group of people out together, go to limeevents.com. That's LYM events.com.
And they're also doing a Juneteenth event too. You just
They're doing a
posted it.
Juneteenth?
Yeah, they're doing a
Okay.
Juneteenth fit.
So go check that out. And if you're interested in being a sponsor for Denim and Pearls, please go to denimandpearlspodcast@gmail.com. The other thing you might want to keep in mind is we are having a live event on July 17th. So you really want to be part of us while we're doing that, so you can be part of the live event and represent yourself.
Yeah, you can see what the rest of us looks like.
Yeah.
So don't forget, subscribe to Denim and Pearls on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, all those other kind of things. Every place you get your podcast, the whole 9 yards. And make sure you like and share. Definitely share. We need to get the word out.
Mhm.
We always need to get the word out. That never changes. So what are we covering today? We are covering, do you want to know a secret? And we're talking about this. Why? Oh, she's got an M&M in her mouth.
Because so many of us as entrepreneurs, we just say, well, I'm a coach. And just assume everyone knows what that is and exactly what you do. And what happens, you wonder, like, well, I'm a coach and no one ever comes to me. Well, it's because no one really knows what you do.
Mhm.
Okay. And so that's what we came about with this whole do you know a secret?
Right.
Because I believe in what we've seen in the entrepreneurial world is so many of us are guilty of doing. Brian knows that I'm a coach. He knows what kind of coach I am.
Mhm.
And just going with that and think everybody else knows. No, you have to talk. You have to share.
Well, I think part of that is we get into this thing that we have our friends, and our friends are always going to be the ones to pass the word. And, you know, what is it? Is the best marketing? Word of mouth. Word of mouth is the best marketing. So we get into that presumption that we tell one person, they're going to tell 500. Well, it almost looks like social media. You tell one person and that's who you've told.
Yeah.
It's, whether they're friends or not friends, sometimes they don't know how to share on social media. Sometimes they do, whatever it is. And another thing is too, if you look at the population, I always go back into numbers. I love numbers. Okay. Sometimes, but if you look at the population, if you got 1 million people and you talk to one, what's the odds that you're going to reach that other 999,999? Pretty slim. So how do you reach that other 900,000? Okay. Some of it has to do with talking more. Some of it has to do with networking, passing out business cards, which end up in the trash in most cases. But anyway, some places they don't. And sometimes all it takes is one, and the next thing you know, your business can take off.
Yeah.
So the question, they always say, how many no's can you go through? Well, this isn't always necessarily a question of no. It's a question of yes. It's a question of how many people are going to be interested enough to spread your word.
Yes. But they can't spread your word if you're being secretive of what you do.
Right.
I mean, I'm pretty vocal, right? You would have to agree.
Okay, I'll agree on that without getting hurt.
Yes, I'm very vocal. I talk a lot, and I used to say I'm a coach, and just assumed people knew what kind of coach I was. And the thing about that is they didn't. They assumed that I was a particular kind of coach. I was a John Maxwell coach, so they just assumed John Maxwell, it's leadership. Well, what I do is I speak. I teach people how to speak. I coach speaking, but it never really translated because people just heard coach. And they never asked me what kind of coach. I always thought, by saying coach, it was general, and then they tell me something, and then I'd let them know. It doesn't work that way.
Well, we know you didn't coach football.
Yeah, but
maybe you were a bowling coach.
Maybe I was a bowling coach. I mean, people
Right.
didn't know. I assumed that they knew, or at least would ask me. And they went, well, I don't need a coach. But what comes out later is, wait a minute, I do need help with my messaging. I do need help. So
and sometimes it's too, I find that no matter how well you know somebody, I tell people that, I've been doing finances now for 20 years. Okay. Now, granted, I've never put the concentration on it. I have never spoke about it, boom, 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 boom. And that's all I talk about because I've had other businesses that I work with and things like that. But there's a lot of people that I'll talk to or bring up in the past. They go, I didn't know you did that.
I didn't know you did that.
Because they forget if that you're not top of mind, you're basically, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I was going to say worthless, but that's not the word I was looking for.
Well, and Nicholas said, yes, but you're a life coach as well as a success coach. But yes, that's what I say. But not a lot of people know what I mean by success coach.
No, you usually don't unless, you're a guy that's, out there and you're making $1 zillion and you're teaching everybody else how to make a $500 million.
Yeah.
Those are the popular people. But the question is how do they get popular?
Yeah.
That's where we're at in our businesses is how do you get to that point so that you are very popular?
Yeah.
And sometimes the perception of popular, what?
Popular for the right reasons.
Well, all news is good news, right?
No. I had to get that in there.
Is that what they say? Even bad news is good news?
Bad publicity. All publicity is good or bad. It's like,
right.
Eek. Yes, Arlene, it is beautiful outside, and yes, it is cold. My summer dress is not going to cut it.
But it's cold. How do you get figured cold?
I'm cold. That's why I was wearing a sweater earlier.
I'm glad you don't have a heater underneath here. I'm roasting. It's a nice day. It's like 56 degrees out the last I looked, but I know it's warmer than that. Might have to do it while we're...
Don't even
you
bother.
Talk, I'll look and see what the temperature is.
Okay, so the thing is about, listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? That's really what we're doing. Oh, yeah, I do this. And people are like, oh, yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, that's a coach. Oh, success coach. That's great. Oh, you're in financial. Oh, that's cool. But they don't understand that, like with Brian, it's more than just finances. It's your life finances. It's your, what you're going to do, how you're going to parcel it out. So when we think, when I used to hear the word finance, I'm like, I'm not an investor. And I'd walk away. I didn't realize it was about how to save and how to plan for the next thing. I didn't know that's what he did.
Right. Sometimes it's about how, in your case, telling my story, it's about me explaining exactly what I do.
Well, no, the thing is,
sometimes it's that, but it's not always that.
I met him at a networking meeting. When everybody goes up and speaks for 30 seconds, all I heard was, well, I do some financing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm the organizer of this group. So I skipped him. You see? So in that 30 seconds, that's why it's so important to pique people's interest, to make them come to you. It's important to say something like, like I love to say, I hope people get out of their way to stop apologizing for what they're not. And everyone's like, what the heck does that mean? And then later on after the meeting, everyone does, excuse me, what did you mean by get out of my way? And see, then I have them Then they can talk to me. Then they can learn more. Because if I try to list everything I do, there's no way I can do it in 30 seconds aloud in a networking meeting.
Right. Well, even as a mechanic, I mean, people say mechanic, well, I fix cars. Okay, well, what do you specialize in?
I'm a transmission guy.
Right. Transmissions or engines or foreign or domestic or a specific car in itself. I mean, there's always those things, but we always have to get those questions to be asked also.
You have to draw them to you or answer the question. Because, Nicholas, it's too cold outside. The sun's pretty, but it's cold outside. We cannot go on the porch yet. Our director's trying to get us to go outside.
Are you going to let me in on this purple pen thing?
I don't even understand it, actually. It's
the closest I got, you got a purple. That's not purple, though. I think that's pink.
Well, here's my purple pen.
There's a purple pen. Have we solved the problem?
No, because the last time I was asking about the purple pen, she asked me about the purple bus. And so I'm like, Helene likes purple, by the way.
Apparently. Yes. Okay.
She is a one-eyed, one-eared, flying purple people eater. Yeah.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Next.
So, I guess one of the next questions we put it on when we put it on the comments and what we were going to talk about today is social media.
Yes.
Social media is such a...
It's a love-hate relationship.
It is such a love-hate. Sometimes it's just strictly hate. Some people it's strictly love. Others it's both, you know. In fact, you made a mention today of somebody that it seems to me they would always want their Facebook because of the fact that they're the people that they're dealing with and the things that they're doing. But then they just say all of a sudden they didn't get your messages because they got off of Facebook.
Yeah, I got out of Facebook, so I don't use it anymore. I'm like, you have a business. You need a platform to reach people. It's just a waste of time for me. If you have a business, social media is not a waste of time. You do need to be out there somehow. Right. And so if you hate it that much, hire some high schooler or college student that will just post things for you on random days, okay? Because you must have a presence. When people are looking for you, they don't look for your website first. Okay. They look for your name.
Yes.
So you really do need a presence on Facebook. If you like it or not, you definitely want to do it.
And there are controls. We were actually having this conversation this morning in another meeting I was in. There are controls out there that can say that you don't want to see anything political. You don't want to see anything religious. You don't want to see any of this.
I use a lot of blockers.
Right. But, honestly, I don't even, some of the stuff that people talk about, I don't even see. Because very rarely do I actually scroll down through my timeline.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the groups that I want to hear or see from or see things from. I do have that. And so the messages will pop up, or if they pop up, I just ignore them because I feel that it's not necessary anyway, or it's just bad juju, plain and simple.
See, and I just hide, delete, hide. But I have an audience that I want to protect. I feel the people who come to my page are looking for positivity and uplifting. They're not looking for anything negative. So that's why I go through mine and clean it up. Well, I just like to do that on my off time, in all my off time. I don't have a lot of off time. But anyways, I do.
So, but do you want to know a secret? This topic is more about telling somebody and telling everybody
what you do.
What you do.
What do you offer, actually? What can you do for them?
Exactly. That was easy.
It
was. We done now?
Okay, thanks for joining us. No. But no, really, that's what it's about. I want you to do a little homework assignment. I want you to write down people around you who know what you do. My own family didn't know what I do. They didn't know. They're like, oh yeah, you wrote a book, you did a TEDx. I do. You do know I'm a speaker and I'm traveling the world, right? Yeah, we saw you traveling. But they didn't understand what I did. So my own family didn't know what I did. Only 3 people in my family knew what I did. My husband and my kids. So I did a really, really bad job of letting people know what I do.
But you did a good job of keeping it a secret.
I did an amazing job of keeping it a secret. And that's what I'm saying. People close to you, if they don't know what you really do, you might want to check further out and see what are you giving out in social media or on your website to explain why and what you do. Because I think a lot of us assume, you know what assume means, right? It makes an ass out of you and me. that
Hey,
people
this is
understand
public
what this
television.
is.
Can you say that?
An arse at a community.
Anyway,
Are we going for commercial?
I think we should do our commercial, and then we'll talk more about some of those other reasons why we don't spread the word.
Okay, yeah, we'll go into that after our break.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so where's the thing?
Stay
There it is.
tuned.
Thank you for joining us on the porch. We share the nuances and lessons we've garnered from throughout our combined 40 years of life experiences. Talk from the porch is always serious, but full of laughter, and we're glad you're here with us. Like, share with a friend, and please subscribe to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And remember, join the conversation every Friday at noon Mountain Time. We'll see you on the porch.
And we're back.
Yes. So,
My name is Michelle Moroz.
and I'm Brian Swanson.
We're Denim and Pearls.
Pearls of no. You usually start it. I'm so far off of it now. Okay.
Business casual.
Business casual.
With pearls of wisdom from the porch. Was that so hard?
It was. It was really.
Mark your
difficult.
calendars, July 17th. I'm serious.
Yes, July 17th. We don't have a thing. We need to put a thing for it. We're gonna have to do that, but I'll do
Yeah,
that
we'll
later.
do it now.
So July 17th, you'll see Michelle and I. You'll see Denim and Pearls
For sure.
live, in person.
And goofy.
Yeah,
And preferably matching. We're still working on that with Brian.
we're the same colors.
We are clashing. If we moved like this, we'd confuse the computer. The camera, they don't like patterns.
Oh well, I like hard rock, so
Yeah, I like flowers.
you
So-
don't bring me flowers
anymore.
Anyway,
Thank you so much for our sponsors, A2promos.com. That's A2promos.com. For any swag needs you have for your family reunions, because those are coming, and your business needs, whatever it may be, A2promos.com. For anything embroidered, be it hats, jackets, bags, anything you can think about, go to ink182.com. That's ink182.com. For any brain needs, if you're having problems sleeping, having attention problems, go to harmonizedbraincenters.com. That's harmonizedbraincenters.com. I say that because I kept looking for it without the S and I couldn't find it. Then, if you want to go out and run and be free like a wild bird in Colorado, they have a Santa run. What was the other one you just called it? Juneteenth run.
Yep.
Go to limeevents.com. That's LYM events.com.
And you can find him on Facebook too, because he's got all that stuff on Facebook,
That is true.
all the event pages.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I do have a question though.
What?
You say Harmonized Brain Center if you've got issues. How do you know you have issues?
When other people
If you have issues, how do you know you have issues?
I knew I had issues because other people told me. I told you this 5 times already, Michelle. Or, man, you look really tired again. I do. And my husband would say, yeah, you haven't been sleeping. I haven't. No, you keep moving around in your sleep. Oh, so if you're having problems and other people are telling you something's up, go see Harmonized Brain Centers. Because when it's a brain issue, he's right. You don't know it.
So I should have went a long time ago is what you're saying.
Yes, you should go.
Anyway, so I think we covered everything, didn't we?
Yeah, but now we're going to go to the next level.
Okay, the next level.
Yeah. Do you want to know a secret?
Quit keeping it a secret.
Stop it.
So why do you keep it a secret?
Yeah. Why are you keeping your business a secret? I mean, what's going on? That whole what, when, where, why. What are you afraid of?
That's a good question.
I found out what I was afraid of, why I was keeping my business a secret.
Why is that?
What's yours?
Oh, well.
What,
Well, I think there's lots of reasons. I'm going to give lots of reasons rather than give my reason.
Okay, my reason was if I told people what I did, I might actually get customers.
That can be a problem.
I might get clients, and I wasn't sure if I could handle them. I'm serious. I was telling select people because I was trying to control who might actually come towards me because I was afraid. It was early when I first started my coaching, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. What if I get like 10 people and I don't know what to do? So I'll tell one person and one person. And out of those 2, I might get 1. I was controlling the funnel.
Well, that's not a good thing, because if you try,
No, for the first couple of years of my business, it's like crickets.
That's because there's not enough word out. You got to have so much out there before.
I told you I was really good at keeping it a secret. So with your business, why are you not telling more people? Everyone around you, if anything, give your friends a spreadsheet, not a spreadsheet, like a cheat sheet of what you do. Spreadsheet would be kind of, but
usually they call those flyers.
Yes, like a little flyer, but more. So that we kind of list what you do, give them to your friends and say, if you run into anyone who needs this, this is what I do. Or go to another entrepreneur who works opposite of you, who can mingle with people. Okay. So let's say you work with a lot of financial people who do money.
Okay.
So
insurance agents.
I could give him my flyer of what I do and say, hey, if any of those people are doing presentations or training their staff, let them know that I train speakers and I can help them hone their
so
message.
you're talking about cross-marketing.
Cross-marketing, but it's more than that, because so many times we say cross-marketing and say, oh yeah, I know what Brian does, and I don't.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying have something written where they know more about you. That's why when we say in networking groups, go meet one-on-one and get to know each other, and then we get together and we talk about our kids.
Yeah, well, it's because you're trying to. One-on-ones are not necessarily intended for.
No, it's get to know each other.
Understanding personal business. I mean, understanding the business of each other. So that's only a piece of it.
So you have to be either longer or more than once, because you need to know them as people,
right?
But then know who to send to them.
Right. Well, one of the good things that we always did, or neat things that we always did within our networking groups before, is have everybody draw a business card out of a fishbowl or a hat, whatever, and then everybody gets somebody else's business. And instead of doing your own 30 seconds, you do somebody else's 30 seconds.
I love that, because it's a really quick awareness of what you've been saying in front of everybody else.
It also grades your business card.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a twofold thing. If your business card doesn't say what it needs to say, look up. And afraid of success. Yes, success is another one, but along those same lines, it allows you to look and see what your business card looks like, whether it's got the correct information on it in order to help you sell your business. And it also gets you to know the other person too a little bit better and understanding their business just from this perspective.
Well, and just to let you know, Nicholas is telling me to look up.
Nicholas is sitting in a hospital over there telling us that he's trying to be our producer today.
I know, from a distance.
Oh,
we can do what we want because you can't get to us.
Anyhow.
Arlene says she has to control her funnel somewhat because of time, and it's just me right now. No, Arlene.
Right.
Don't control that funnel. It was the biggest mistake I've ever done. If anything, your best answer is, I'm swamped right now, but I'd love to help you, but I can refer you to someone else. Or, what's your time schedule? Because I can fit you in 2 weeks, those kind of things. And the reason I say that is the busier you are, the more people want you. Okay. So don't hold your funnel closed, because that's what I did. And it held my business back. And it wasn't until I started letting people know what I did that when they came to me, I said, I'm only taking 5 clients right now.
Right. Well, another thing of it is too, is we talked about it, I think last week or the week before, there's that 3-month rule that I was telling you about.
Refresh our memory.
Refresh the memory. Okay. So the 3-month rule is if you're doing business 3 months in a row, your next 3 months are going to be a success, because each one of those months that you have activity doesn't show up until 3 months later. Okay. Especially when it comes to networking. It comes to a lot of things about spreading the word and keeping busy and stuff like that. If you have a pause, well, guess what? That pause is going to show up 3 months later.
No,
and then you're going to wonder why. Where did it come from? Why all of a sudden is nobody talking to me? Well, think about what you did 3 months earlier, and chances are you were on vacation, you were sick, you were just hiding from the public,
or you thought that you can handle all the business you had at the moment, so you were staying quiet.
Yep.
Nudge,
So
nudge, wink, wink.
now, as far as Arlene is concerned, yes, you might want to control just a little bit because you don't want everything hitting you at the same time, and especially if
Well,
you're
no.
whatever.
But she may think that, but the reason I'm
But-
saying not to do that is when you get people coming to you, half the time they don't have what they want ready.
That's true too.
So it prepares them for, oh, I don't have the right font size. Oh, okay, well, I'll go get that fixed. And then like 8 months later, they come back and say, I finally got the font fixed. So those kind of things, find out where they are, at least get the initial touch meeting.
Mhm.
Because once they meet you,
Yeah.
Miss A Squared Promos, A2promos.com, they're not going to want to leave you.
Right.
And that's the thing.
Things can slow down a little bit, but be aware of the fact that if you slow them down too much, there's not going to be anything in the future.
Exactly.
And it's just amazing. I don't know where that rule comes from. I don't know what it is, but
It's a
believe
sine
me,
wave.
test it out. Skip a week of doing anything, and you'll find out 3 minutes later you're going to have another week of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why it works. It's just the law of averages or the law of
You're welcome, Arlene.
law of big numbers or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
So,
But it's a math thing. It's a sign. Things go big, things drop. Things go big, things drop. Everything in the world works on a sine wave.
Yep.
Water, you name it, air, business,
life,
personalities. I mean, seriously, it all happens that way. So
whether you like green peppers or not,
no, that stays neutrally negative.
I don't know. They say your taste buds change every 7 years or something.
Mine
like
have
that,
not. I don't like them.
Right? So another reason that we had talked about in our little post was that you're embarrassed about your business.
Why are you embarrassed about your business?
Why the heck are you embarrassed?
Who would be embarrassed about their business?
There are people who will. And this goes back to one of those things we talked about, the chicken list.
I know.
It also goes back to our chicken list because we're afraid to tell somebody what we do.
Mhm.
Because we think it may not be because of what we do. It may be because of what we think their perception of what we do is like. So we may be embarrassed to tell, Mr. Rich guy there that I sell makeup. Okay. That would be a little weird for me, but we might be embarrassed to say that. And because of the type of business style I have, and he's a self-made millionaire, you don't want to talk to him. That doesn't mean he doesn't understand you though. But it can be a reason we don't talk to other people too, is we have our preconceived notions of what their preconceived notions are. And sometimes you just got to throw it out there and get over it.
Yeah. Stop assuming.
Yeah. I don't use that word anymore. Somebody taught me that one a long time ago. Never use the word assume. I want to know who gave us angry faces. What did we
I
do?
think they accidentally hit their angry
Oh,
face.
no. I didn't think. I don't want to ever hurt anybody's feelings.
Well, it's not feelings. It's probably Nicholas saying, look up. Our producers in the hospital trying to control us from afar. He's probably doing, I'm getting angry at you guys. Listen.
Uh-huh.
But no, here's the thing. When we keep our businesses a secret, maybe you're trying to control how many people come to you at once. There's ways around that, okay? Just keep it open. The other thing is maybe, like Brian says, maybe you're embarrassed about what you do. I mean, I know a couple of sex therapists and things of that nature, or girdles or whatever that may be. People need those services. You will meet the people who need those services. The ones who don't, you'll turn them off, they'll walk away. That's okay.
Right.
They're not for you, right?
Not
So-
everybody goes to McDonald's.
No. So it's okay that they say, well, no, thank you. I don't need that. But it's still a service that's needed. Just because it's a taboo subject doesn't mean it's not needed. It's just not something that you can, that people talk about on social media very often,
Right.
but you can allude to it, and then your crowd, you can talk quietly with them.
Well, I've met a couple folks, and because we all know sex sells. We all know that sex products sell. We all know that it's a really good business to have. However, it's a hard sell in some cases
Yes.
because of that, what'd you say, faux pas,
Mhm.
or those kind of things. To me, it's not necessarily the product, because there's a proper time to talk about the product.
Mhm.
It's just like life insurance. There's a proper time to talk about life insurance. You don't do it in the middle of a wedding, okay? But it's just a kind of,
Oh,
I think
congratulations on your marriage.
you need life
Did
insurance.
you think of life insurance just in case you die?
Yeah,
What?
You just bought this new house. You need life insurance. No, it's not always the best subject. But it's a lot of it's timing, and a lot of it also can be how you say it, how you address it. What do you sell? Well, I sell things that pertain to many adults. And maybe that's a simpler way to say it in a networking scenario.
Yeah.
So you've always got to work with that too. So you don't have to be embarrassed. Yeah, I sell toys.
No, you say I
was going to use other words, but I'm not.
I work with adults for their adult pleasure needs. I don't know.
Yeah.
You try to powder it up a little bit better so that.
And we're kind of using extremes here, but
we are. I'm using the extreme for a reason.
Right. There's people who do that, but our business sometimes too. I mean, we always use, as I came up and I learned a lot of things, we always use the wrecker service. What did you do? I started a new wrecker. Well, who's going to come to your wrecker service?
What's a wrecker?
Car. Where they pick up your car.
A wrecker?
Yeah.
You said wrecker.
A wrecker.
A wrecker.
Car.
WRECKER.
Well, sword you too.
Wrecker.
Anyway, you start this service, this tow company. How's that? Is that better?
Thank you.
You start this tow company.
Thank you, Nicholas.
If you don't, exactly, tow truck. If you don't tell people about it, how are you going to start your business? How are you going to get the word out?
Drive around, hit people.
But there's some people who might be embarrassed with the fact that somebody else might think that they're just dirty people.
Oh.
Yeah, when I think of a tow truck and I think of that kind of service, I think about people who are grungy and in jeans all the time and the grease all over them.
Oh, and I
things
think
like
of people that do things that I don't want to do.
Right, so we can use almost any kind of business as an excuse for anything, and especially nowadays with all the Karens in the world, boys and girls.
You do know Karens have always been around, right?
Yes, they have,
okay,
but they're just more vocal now.
It's because we have social media.
So you can have, no matter what you're going to do, some people aren't going to like it, but if you don't get over that preconception of their preconception, your business will never prosper. It's going to hide in the closet.
Well, we have like one of our really good friends, and I guess she's not a sponsor yet, but she's about to be, I'm pretty sure. But she has a book called Beaten to Badass.
Oh, that one.
Her topic is really hard to talk about because it's about people who've been sexually assaulted. And so when she used to talk about it, people would do, oh, I don't want to talk about that. And I don't want to talk to her because she must be messed up. And what she embraced was, no, I made it through that and I'm a badass. And so she took that persona of people were giving her that, you should probably not talk about that, held on to it, uplifted it, and made it her brand.
Yep.
So
exactly.
That's how you turn a negative into a positive. And so she became no longer quiet. And now she's not doing the, do you want to know a secret? She says, hey, guess what I do? Oh, sorry.
Ouch. Okay. So let's sum it up because we got to go through our cards today.
Oh.
Let's sum it up. So summing it all up is basically quit holding on to your secret. Quit holding on to your business. Quit keeping it in your own head. Let it out. Talk to people. And yes, we get into the fact of whether you're shy or not shy. No, we don't worry about that. The point is get your word out. Use the tools that are available to you. You can either pay to use social media if you can afford to, or you can just do social media, which doesn't cost you anything to put the word out on your business.
Or if you've got a teenager or a college student somewhere around you that you can say, hey, can you do my social media post for me?
Yep.
And here's some quotes and some of the things I say, and make it for me. They would gladly do it at a very low price. So keep that in mind. If you just cannot stand social media.
But I'm sure you know, like, and trust them because
you have to give me your password. Okay.
Well, you got to give them access anyway.
Yeah.
So, all right, our cards. I haven't looked at them either. I just pulled two out.
Yes.
So hopefully we didn't get the same ones.
Do you want to know a secret? Your business should not be one. There, that's the secret.
Easy enough. Okay, so what are we doing? Oh, our cards.
You're going to answer it.
Okay, so our cards, if you haven't been here before, our cards are a thing that Michelle found in a kids' meal kind of thing. And you have questions on here, and they're like icebreakers for the family. So when you're sitting at the table and you're eating your whatever meal it is, you can have a discussion. I think it's a way to get people away from their cell phone in a family.
Yes, it is. It's a way to get people talking. Okay, so what's your question?
So my question is, what was your favorite activity when you were younger? So as young as you are, that means like yesterday. What did you do yesterday?
You're answering that.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
No,
what was your favorite?
Answer because I want to answer this one.
Oh, okay. Well, you're changing our format. Okay. So what was my favorite activity? Was swimming.
Really?
Oh my goodness. I used to live in the lake, the pond, the swimming pool, the neighbor's backyard, whatever. Swimming. I used to be as
You were a fish?
oh, I was majorly a fish.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yes. I always was there. So I've done 10-meter boards and 3-meter boards, and at least one time. It doesn't mean that I ever got proficient at them, but
I have
I
no
never
idea
hurt myself.
what he means by
Oh.
12-liter boards, 3-liter. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what diving boards are?
Yeah, but I didn't know they called them by.
Well, you have a diving board.
The tall one.
You have your boom, 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 and then you have 3 meters up, and then you have 10-meter up platforms.
I call that the high dive and the low dive.
Well, there was the high dive and the springboards, the high and the low, and then you go one step up above that. You go into platforms, and then you have varying platforms. Well, I've come off the top of a major platform.
Oh, well, I'd never jumped off one of those.
Oh yeah, so swimming was my thing.
Cool.
I was never a lifeguard, but I love to be in the water.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so
I have to answer my own. I don't answer that right.
You got to answer your own.
When did you have to be brave and do something difficult?
No wonder you wanted to answer that.
Well, for those of you who can see Helene up here, when I had to do something difficult, what was the question again?
When did you have to
I had to be brave.
When did you have to be brave and do something?
I had to be brave when I was told I had breast cancer, and I had to make a decision. We're going to take one of your breasts. Your cancer's coming back in 12 months. And next time it comes back, it'll probably kill you. Do you want to lose both? And I said, take them both, take them now. And the doctor's like, no, you need to think about this. I said, there's no thinking. You said it's coming back in 12 months and it's going to kill me the next time. Take them both, take them now. So it was a brave thing to do because I didn't allow myself to ponder on it. I made a decision that saved my life. That was the brave thing that I did. That scared me, but I did it anyways.
Good. So we've had a good show. We had some good stuff today. So be brave.
Be brave.
Be smart. Be wise.
And save July 17th.
Save July 17th for yours.
See you later.
We gotta do our thing.
We forgot our thing.
So thanks to all of our sponsors: A2 Promos, Inc. 182, Harmonized Brain Centers, Lyme Events, and of course our own selves for our live event July 17th. Look more for that information.
And if you're interested in being a sponsor, go to Denim and Pearls podcast at gmail.com.
Nice.
Peace.
Oh, here we go. Peace.